Right. Okay. Welcome back to Devolution Presents DeVlog, and I am here with a very cool band who first became aware of at Strange Forms Festival a couple of weeks ago. This is the Sound of Modesty, and today we have Ryan and Yvonne. Hello. Pleased to meet you both.
Hello,
Hello, good to meet you as well.
good to meet you.
So, I've uh, been away after Strange Forms, and I've checked out the EP, and I've got to say, this is an astonishing piece of work.
Thank
Um,
you.
Thank you.
Right, so from what I've seen on the internet, though, I've got to clarify, do a bit of housekeeping first, right? So the Sound of Modesty, is that the name of yourself, Yvonne, or is that the band?
It's the band.
It is the band now.
Yes. So it started off as a solo project, and
Hmm.
then the last, I'd say, 4 years, we just decided make it a band,
It
basically.
became it became like a band project pretty much.
Yeah.
And
Hmm
it also says you're spread between Leeds and Bristol, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
That's correct, yeah.
So how's that work? Is that a lot of internet tennis with ideas and backwards and forwards?
A lot of Discord.
Yeah, we have a Discord server where we share all of our work, but we're kind of used to the distance because we developed a lot of our kind of working methods during COVID. And I was in Hong Kong, so
Oh, well.
so that's about as far as you can get, I guess, from one another.
Bristol's a lot
Um,
closer than Hong Kong.
yeah. So yeah, I feel like we've kind of learned to work remotely like in the early stages.
Mm.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
mean, I definitely I do this in my band, 601. We have separate studios. There's me and another producer. We're both producers, and we have separate studios. And I find it's good if you can go away with something and actually spend some time with it on your own without any other voices in the mix,
Yeah.
and really get into it. Yeah.
Yeah. I find that I've never really thought about it that way, but when you described it like that, I found that very true. Because when you work on stuff, you have you kind of like your vision for it, and sometimes you just kind of want to work on it yourself before you start introducing, other people's perspectives on it, which obviously is very good to have, but sometimes you just kind of want to just zone in on it a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Yvonne and Ryan, how do these songs usually start? Do they start with lyrics, a riff, a melody? How do they start, or is it different every time?
Um, I'd say about 80% of the time it starts with me bringing a song to the band. So it's usually like me finding a really nice set of chords or melody and then writing lyrics to those and then sending it to everyone else, and then they kind of just like start getting their own ideas and putting those all together. And then maybe like 20% of the time it's some other kind of method. So we've done projects where they've come to me with some kind of idea and then we've worked the other way around. Or I think what was or if we're just like in a room together, like
Hmm.
rehearsing for something, and we'll just like jam and then we'll come up with something. But yeah, 80% of the time it's me going to them and then
I'm gonna have to chime in. I'm gonna have to say it's probably a solid 95% of the time.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'd say
mate,
I think that's partly why this like the working far from each other has kind of worked is because we've had that kind of working dynamic work quite well for us where Yvonne brings this kind of bare bones pure song idea and then we'll work on it and produce it out to a kind of fuller more realized version of it.
Mm.
That's a big part of our workflow, I say.
absolutely. And Yvonne, you have an incredible voice. I know I may be wearing a Napalm Death t-shirt, but I went to see Tori Amos at the Royal Albert Hall the other day. I do like a good voice. So, so yeah, because when I was first told about the band, someone mentioned the word metalcore, and I think they were playing you dirty there because metalcore is not what you do. You're better than that, right? So there's a lot of progressive elements going on here. There's a bit of gent, there's a bit of hyperpop, there's all kinds of things going on, drum and bass beats occasionally, but all delivered through a very human vulnerability, which I find very, very cool. Is that something you work on? Is that just something that comes out in the production? You like to keep the little there's a lovely passage where you're playing on a piano going, is that the thing? Sort of thing. Yeah.
Oh,
I want to, if I could take this one, I feel like I have something to say for this. It's I feel that is definitely just has come through because of the way we work, like we were saying with Yvonne coming with already kind of skeleton of a song in terms of lyrics, melody, and basic chords. And we throughout the production process, we try to keep that DNA as true as possible.
Mm.
Which I guess you've described it pretty well. It's got all these elements of, say, like metalcore, hyperpop, whatever, drum and bass, whatever. But at the core of it, it's a singer-songwriter song.
Mm.
That's the way I think a lot of us see it. It's the heart of it is still singer-songwriter, I'd like to think.
yeah. I will like to add though as well. In the band we've got like four or five of us producing. So when we're all away in our own little spaces and like we send around a copy of the song like as it progresses, and everyone's got such like different influences, and like we listen to so much different types of music that I feel like what we do end up putting out is like such like a beautiful mix of all of those, but it's done in a way where, because we've got the, like Brian said, the skeleton, it never strays too far away from our sound, I guess, to
Mm.
put it generally.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not that it's I use the word progressive. It's not that it's overly progressive. Like you're not going off into weird Meshuggah territory, but there is enough of that you know, experimentation and willingness to just go where the song deserves that I think it makes it all very yeah, I would say accessible. You know, it's not exclusive music, you know, like some of the weirder sort of ends of Arctangent that you'd hear.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, does that come from the singer-songwriter sort of element of like the song is king?
I
Definitely.
Yeah, I will say like from where I started songwriting, it I came from like listening from a lot of popular like pop music basically, and like K-pop, and like like all those catchy riffs and hooks. And then I started getting into like rock and indie and alternative like later on in that process. So that's where more like the interesting chords came in later. But at the base, it's yeah really just been about what the song deserves. And I think like us getting to produce it in our own way, we can be very overindulgent, but we're very mindful to do it in a way that's not what's the word I'm looking for, Ryan? It's you
What?
got me right.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. It's like, um, it's a it's a very different process to, I guess, what I would have been used to in the past. If I were to work on stuff outside of this, a lot of it is, and I feel like maybe a lot of people can relate to this, is as like a guitarist producer kind of thing, kind of role is instrumental comes first, and then you kind of try to slap some vocals on top.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a very opposite process. It's like, yeah, the songs and lyrics are king in that sense.
Absolutely. I do think that there's those different schools of thought where it is a musicians based project for like largely musicians will enjoy it and stuff like that, where you can go off like Dream Theater and do like 15 songs within one song and it's just mind-boggling. Or then there's the song, writing
Hmm.
a song to be sung. And one thing I think you do really lovely is they've kept a kind of rawness to the production, which is great. I think because a lot of things can run the gamut of being a bit overproduced, and I do like you've kept those vulnerable sides to it, the humanity of it. Who has the overall sort of say in the production? Because I know you bounce it around each other, but it has to be a final mix down. Who's in charge of that?
I mix the stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, it's Ryan. As I say, out of all of us, he's got the most like clear head for like seeing a vision like from the start. Like I think when we were writing one of our other songs a while ago called "Safe in Your Arms," like I brought over like a really shitty demo, and he could immediately hear like the heavy riffs and everything, and he started playing one of those riffs to us, and we were all just completely baffled, like, this sounds terrible, what are you doing? But I feel like it's Ryan's insight to like seeing the final picture that's really given like some of our songs over the years just like incredible like structure and like composure as well, which is amazing.
I will have to give credit where credit is due because your demos are not like that, the way you're describing them. Because if they were, then I feel like I wouldn't it wouldn't give the kind of vision that I would have for them. So I feel like credit needs to be given to the demos there. Um, but yeah, that yeah, Yvonne described it pretty well. It's
Yeah,
that's a big part of the process is just I try to keep a vision in mind of where I feel the song should go, but that
absolutely.
can change and it has changed. So
Many times.
yeah, for sure.
And absolutely. I mean, I totally prescribe to that thought of like if you've got an idea, it's just like, okay, let me cook. You know,
Yeah.
there's something going on here, and I know what it is, but I can't verbalize it yet, but you'll see.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's great. It's great. It's a great way to work when an idea triggers another idea, then that triggers another idea, and then before you know it, you've got a tree of ideas all
Hmm.
working in harmony. Yeah, it's great.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, you've had this EP out. It came out this year, am I correct? Was it this year?
The EP came out
Pretty,
Friday.
yeah.
Friday. Yes, it
Yeah,
October.
was.
yeah,
Yes, it was.
yeah.
I thought so. Um, yeah, and it's fantastic. What's next? Are you going to be touring this about?
We'd love to.
Yeah. Um, I think we've come at this a little bit too late in the year,
Hmm.
uh, realistically. Just well, festivals, all the booking for that has already happened, I guess, last year, and it
Hmm.
wasn't until I guess the end of last year that we kind of realized that we had the songs that could make up an EP. And then we tried to work towards trying to fit it all together in a way that would make sense with each other.
Hmm.
Um, so I guess to answer that is I don't know. I don't know what's
Fair,
next.
fair.
Yeah.
Well, it was
Maybe
good.
maybe someone else in the band does too, but I don't know. For me, I don't know.
Well, it was good to get Strange Forms in. I mean,
Yes.
I
Hmm.
I I love that festival. It for me, that festival means that summer is almost here. It's like
Hmm.
someone's ringing the bell, going, "Festival's coming." How was your experience playing Strange Forms? Did you enjoy yourselves?
Oh, it was absolutely incredible. So good. Like the thing you were on about with the summer is so
Mm,
true. I think it was a perfect time this year as well because that
mm.
weekend was so sunny and like everyone was out with beers in hand and everything. Um, I don't really drink, but I would have loved a beer out in the outside as well. It's just that perfect weather. It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
great.
absolutely. They do non-alcoholic beers, by the way, because I don't drink either. So you
Oh,
could.
I just don't like really like beer in general. I love a non-alcoholic Copperberg, but yeah, not a
Yeah,
big fan of beers.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. You'll always be on point.
I
How
try.
how about you, Yvonne? Was there any new acts that you saw this at Strange Forms? Any new things that you've gone away to check out?
Kowloon, Wall City, and
Mm,
Mm,
absolutely obsessed with their discography now. I only had like I had a chance to listen to them beforehand, but then seeing these acts live is just like adds
mm.
such a different dimension to like experiencing the music, and it really makes you appreciate just like all the musicianship that goes into it, and just getting to see it right in front of you is just something else.
I'm so.
it was so cool to see like all those bands that are there. They've really honed their craft of performing as a live band.
Mm.
We've not really done that as much, I'd say, but it's something we're working on.
You got time.
Yeah, we've definitely the way I've kind of seen it is it's been more like, production studio stuff. That's where
Mm.
our kind of strength is at the moment, but we're seeing all these bands do the live performance thing so well. Uh
It's
it's
really
been inspiring. Yeah, absolutely.
So, Yvonne.
Oh, I just said the same thing. Sorry, it's really inspiring. Yeah.
I'm so glad, I have to say, that you mentioned Peach because Ellie, for my money, is one of the most unique singers in this country at the moment, alongside Ash from Sans Freud, both those singers. And I feel like you're following their footsteps in doing your own thing, and that's what makes them brilliant, is they're so unique and they found their own voice, which I feel like when I listen to the EP, I feel like you're sort of coming into your own thing just that's uniquely for you, which is wonderful. So yes, I'm sure Ellie would be very, very happy to hear about
No,
that.
she's got an incredible voice. And
Yeah.
with like us and Peach and like a lot of the other bands that were there. Well, I think just the bands that are like coming up now in general, it's like I
Mm.
think there's been, I don't know if I'm generalizing, but I feel like in the last couple of years, because obviously we've got streaming and all of these like algorithms and like subgenres of subgenres, everyone's trying to like make their own niche, and I think people are starting to realize that it doesn't it doesn't matter if you check these boxes. It's more just, can you create your own sound and inspire other people in a way that gets people to listen to your music, to come to the shows, to engage with the community. And I think I'm really excited towards just seeing how that blossoms in the next couple of years time.
Yeah, I do agree. This year's been an absolute cracker for music and also for bands that are a little bit different and who are just doing themselves. You know, you are your own unique selling point, you know. So yeah, absolutely. Well, fantastic to talk to you. And this will be coming out in the next couple of weeks.
Cool.
And it'll be on our DeVlog channel on a Wednesday. So thank you very much, guys. And I will
Thank you
see
very, very
you.
much.
Having us.
Oh, no problem at all. And I will see you again, hopefully very soon. I know Stuart is a big fan. So yes, follow that one up. There might be more gigs.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
All right, but guys, thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, Ryan. And we'll see you soon.
Thank you very, very much.